Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. It is Friday.
It's Friday. It's official, guys. How you doing today? Welcome to this edition of Broadcast of the Week. Hey, good to see you, Desiree, Jackie, Eric in the house first on the podium. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Christopher in the house. Yassine.
Yassine, how's it going?
Yassine.
Lindsay,
What's up,
Lucia,
bro?
Susan, how's it going, everyone? Good to see you all on this cloudy Friday. How's your weather doing, Peter?
It's actually also pretty cloudy here right now and super windy out. Yep, gusty Colorado right now.
Yeah, we're getting those typical Santa Ana winds here in SoCal. So can be scary for fires, and I think we saw that actually because we have two fire broadcasts on Broadcast of the Week, and that leads us
Wow.
straight into the show. Um,
Yeah,
starting with
let's jump in.
564 Fire, who was in San Bernardino, in this pretty much just like vegetation fire, and was getting a lot of great footage. As you can see here, he's really, really close to the flames, really close to the firefighters. So shout out to 564 Fire for bringing us these amazing views and covering what's going on. Hey, Alex, good seeing you. Don't go anywhere. You're right up next.
Wow.
But yeah, this is a great broadcast from 564. And what's interesting is that this same fire on Sunday, I was able to see from where I was mountain biking. So
That's scary.
we had
Man,
a
hopefully
chat.
it was in the
Yeah.
distance.
No, it was like way out. I was all the way up in the mountains, and we can see it in the distance. But I had a chat
Wow.
with him afterwards to confirm, and that was the same fire.
Wow. Yeah, that's intense. Yeah, amazing reporting. Taking us into the heart of the action. Yeah, really, really great. Continue to see those. Seems like every week or two we get some nominations for 564 Fire.
Yep, definitely. And then next up, we have Alex Mahajer, who's been following the Derek Chauvin trial and did a reaction to when we got the news on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, that he was found guilty by the jury on all three counts. So Alex was live streaming the verdict and the reading of the verdict by the judge. Derek Chauvin got put in handcuffs by the sheriffs and taken away, and he had some words to share after the fact, and it was really great to hear that perspective and to just be able to get the news that quickly. And also wanted to shout out Alex because this week he reached 1 million
A
views on the
million.
Happs platform.
Yeah.
So
You guys
welcome
are
to the
well.
million club.
Dang. So envious. So envious. Really amazing work. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this historic and important court case with the world and giving your take and spin on it. I like how Alex also used the studio tools to pull in this live coverage that he was able to comment on too. So very cool use of the broadcast studio. And yeah, lots of congrats and applause here in the comments. So great to see you all today. Welcome and thanks for tuning in. Pablo, what's next?
Yeah, so next up, we have a traffic controller, Andy Cook, who live broadcast what it's like to be a traffic controller. And I think this has been some of the most interesting, entertaining broadcasts that I've seen. Andy is relatively new to the Happs community and has already, got his audience going. But it's really cool to see this, and it's really a lot of fun to kind of see the ins and outs of being a traffic controller. And you can check out his profile at Andy Cook.
Yeah, so we don't see every
Luis.
day, that's for sure.
Luis is pointing out that she loves his broadcast. Oh, at Bob
Totally.
the Balder. Thank you, Yassine, coming in with the link and correcting that. So yes, congratulations to
Appreciate that.
Andy on that. And now moving away from the serious topics for just 1 second for a very funny broadcast that happened over the weekend. And that is the Beardo and Weirdo show, which is actually taking
This
a break.
got out of control. Oh
But
my
this
God.
got very, very hilarious.
Super fun. Yeah. The amount.
Yeah, Blaine is not getting love for the airport one because of this here.
Yeah. We had a ton of nominations for this one, including when I tuned in live. We had 4 people telling me instantly in the comments, so that showed a lot of momentum. Yeah, what the.
So what you're
WTF,
looking at
am I
here
looking at?
is
Help me out. It says,
Lisa,
question.
who's in the audience, Ella, Piano Man, and Blaine with foil and light up hats and a lot of fun.
Yeah. I honestly don't even know what I had jumped into when I started to tune in. Those glowing hats were looking like UFOs on their heads, and I don't even want to take a stab at explaining all of this. You're just going to have to tune in to Blaine, as well as Piano Man, to catch the next Beardo and Weirdo show. Have their sponsor Ella in there as well. Really cool to see. So much energy and silliness. Yeah. Deserves a shout out. Absolutely.
And strongly recommend Lisa doing that again with another. I think Beta is feeling left out. There's a little FOMO going on, so definitely worth trying that again. But all right, now back to 5G protection.
Yeah. Lisa says, I definitely didn't expect to see this today. Right. Yes, that's accurate description of the wackiness. Yeah, good times, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the smiles over the weekend. It's really great to see that. And shout out to Blaine for enduring the I don't want to say trolling, but it was a lot of fun picking on Blaine as he was at the airport and getting him to finally do his llama call in the middle of the terminals.
Oh, you were trolling him with those Llama Stay awards, weren't you? I caught that you gave him like several of those to get him to do that, huh?
Yeah, it was Bo, Andrew, and I that were egging him on.
Thanks for being a good sport, Blaine. Hope you have some safe travels, and thanks for sharing some bits from your trip. By the way, Blaine is on the road for a bit here, so tune in.
Yeah, and hopefully you get all the great food in Tennessee while you're there. Yeah. But next up, we had another great broadcaster that covers fires here in Southern California, and that's Brandy Fire Photo Girl, who is out covering I think in this situation was a structure fire, but I can't remember entirely. But it was really great because in this one, we got to see a couple of tankers fly by and drop water onto the flames. So it was a really interesting broadcast. Brandy does a lot of great work. Did take a little bit of a break, but now hopefully we see her more often. And unfortunately, it does seem like Southern California is going to have a very long fire season this year. So stay tuned and support Brandy and the work that she does. I strongly recommend watching those broadcasts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely worth following and checking that out. Hopefully there's not too many fires though. Boy, I mean, last year was a rough fire season in all of the US, and there was some good coverage, but as much as we like being in the middle of the action, stay safe out there, everyone. And let's pray for rain.
Yeah, well,
I'm in Colorado, man. I gotta say, we had some rough fires in this state.
You did too in Colorado. That's right. All right, so on the happier sade and the lighter mood,
we're going back and forth.
We're going all the way to Disneyland or Disney World in this situation, and Cade brought us down to the Pixar Parade and showed us a little bit around what's going on, and it was just a lot of fun just to kind of see, people out and about, but also I didn't know that Buzz Lightyear had a Camaro that drove him around. So that's really cool to see and get a perspective.
Perks. That's pretty awesome. Yes. This was a fun one, no doubt. Really cool to see, that, there's some sort of normalcy still going on. Hope everyone is being safe, obeying all of those recommendations and guidelines from CDC. We are still in a pandemic, but cool to see, some of the action there.
Yeah, and shout out to Cade for the mask that she had on. She had a "May the Force be with you" mask on while she was out there, so it was really cool. And Eric, Disneyland does reopen this month, and actually has been open. So I don't know if anyone had purchase Disneyland tickets here in Southern California when the pandemic hit, but you're allowed to make reservations and go now while before it actually opens to new ticket buyers. And you have to make reservations. You can't just show up. You have to buy your tickets ahead of time, make reservations. And so it's great that they're taking that seriously and hopefully limiting the amount of contact that people have. Right. Next up, we have Kaylee and Justin, who do their We're Not Okay podcast, which is a lot of fun to watch. It has everything to do with the film world, acting, screenwriting, and that's exactly what this episode was about. They had their guest Rodrigo, who was talking about screenwriting and the processes and the flow of story, and it was really great and really interesting. So if anyone's interested in storytelling or hearing a little bit about the perspective of someone that's professionally doing it, I strongly recommend checking out Kaylee and Justin's show, the We're Not Okay podcast. They're a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun. And Rodrigo in this week was a great guest.
Yeah, always good energy and good conversations and interviews. I learn something every time and I laugh. Yeah, it's a fun one. Absolutely worth subscribing to.
Beta is pointing out that she had them for March 25th. I won't be cashing in just yet. That makes sense. But make sure you check the terms there and you don't miss out on going entirely. Peter, we lost you there for a second.
Sorry, I tried to mute myself because I heard a little bit of echo. Are you guys hearing that right now?
Oh, is it coming from me? Here, let me put my headphones on.
I tried to mute myself and turn my camera off. So let's see what we can do here. Hey, Mark in the house. Good to see you.
Hopefully that's better.
Yeah, let's see. Let us know if you are hearing any echo out there. It seemed to have resolved it on my end.
Echo land.
Yeah. No
echo here. Yeah, Caroline, you seems like you're immune to echo, as you always are. So that's really interesting. But I think we're good to go. No more echo, says Ronald. All right,
great.
Here we go. So next up, we have a broadcast from Chantal TV, who was showing us around Paris. And as you all know, I'm a sucker for any tourist-related broadcasts and being able to be out and about. But Chantal really did a great job with this one and gave us an inside perspective of what Paris is like, and also going over some of the latest news and updates in regards to COVID lockdowns and restrictions in Paris. So shout out to you, Chantal, for doing this. I know that you're probably sleeping right now, but I'm sure we'll see you live here soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, very cool to see, the sights and sounds in that area, especially with some, really beautiful outdoor foliage. And yeah, it was really nice. And this is a real plant behind me, by the way. This is a real 100% plant-filled plant.
Peter, you seem to be frame dropping a bit. I don't know if you want to refresh and come back in.
Yeah, let me try. Hang on.
Cool. Well, he does that. Let's see. Let's read some comments. I see Mark's in the building. James is asking a question. How do I block someone? So if you need to block someone while you're broadcasting, tap their comment and then a red banner will come up saying block. You can also visit their profile and then there's an option there to block. For that question. Right. Peter, do you know the name of that plant?
This is called mother-in-law's tongue. So they tell me because it is sharp. So I wish I was making that up. I am not. Yes, that is what it is called. Peter's fiber. I know, right? Fiber optics let me down. I think it's actually, I just realized I had two other programs in the background going. Yikes. So
that'll do it. Yeah.
I know. As soon as Mark tunes in, I look like a total scrub. I swear, Mark, this doesn't happen every day.
I feel like I need to put a plant in my background.
Yeah. I mean, it's looking pretty black and white, and although you have a little bit more fun and adventure there with the bike thing. So
I got two of my favorite hobbies: bikes, and cars.
Nice. Yes,
there
and mine apparently are plants and hats. So
yeah,
working. On
So there are no DMs on Happs, Linda. Um, Good to discover new broadcasters. Yeah, and this is what the whole point of this. We actually have a couple of new broadcasters on the list here that we'll go over. But first up, we have some familiar faces, and that is one with C.S. Murphy, who is taking on a new adventure with designing jewelry.
Yeah, this
And
was really neat.
yeah, so he's working with someone to design jewelry, and this is one of those designs. It's really cool. There's a lot of details in there with small jewels in this flamingo, I want to say. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. I can't remember if he said what it was, but oh, CS is in the house.
In the
You're very
house,
welcome.
CS. Congrats.
Is this a flamingo, CS, or is this a different bird?
We
I can't.
struggle with our animals occasionally.
Yeah, apparently
When
not the
it's not
plants.
pink, we can't decide. So
Right. If it's not a llama, who knows what it is? Looks like a yeah.
exactly. Yes,
Yes, it's a flamingo. Great.
Yeah.
Phew. Mark's in the building. I can't get that wrong right now.
I know. Pressure's on, man. Pressure's on.
Next
By
up,
the way,
we had. Oh, go ahead.
Need to do a shout out to Mark for coming on our Wednesday roundtable and telling the story, the mythos, the legend of how Happs got started. So if you want to learn about the origin story and hear it from the founders themselves, go to Happs' profile and check it out. If you missed it, check out the replay. We have on Mark and David Newman, two of the three co-founders who can tell you the origin story.
Yeah, and speaking of origin story and how things got started, next up we have our resident cosmologist, Deanna.
Ooh, nice segue there. Man,
I think I'm getting better at these.
Couldn't have done better if we planned that one.
So Deanna was going over some what happens and the information that we currently know about black holes. And I just every single time Deanna broadcasts with regards to the universe, I am reminded and made aware over and over again how small we all are. And yeah, so huge shout out to Deanna for continuing to give the information that she does. And, amazing, just simply amazing.
Yep, absolutely. Our own Discovery Channel here, right?
Yep, definitely. Linda saying, I love Deanna. She is very interesting. I watched that. That's great to hear.
Awesome.
Alrighty, getting some other comments of appreciation.
Brilliant.
Deanna.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so next up we have a relatively new user who was out broadcasting. Seems like they were actually using an external camera plugged into their devices. You can see that date in the bottom right-hand corner. But this is See Florida Live, broadcasting from fairgrounds out there in Florida and just showing us the lay of the land. And it's really great to see fairgrounds actually up and running. I don't know here in LA County if the LA County Fair will be opening up, but I do know that last year they did a drive-through type situation where it was pretty much just so you can go and buy all of the county food, the fair food, which I don't know how people did, because normally at a fair, in order to even eat all of that food, you have to walk around. But yeah, I do know that lots of people went out there and it was really cool, but it's great to see a fair being set up. And we're getting some comments to Peter completing sentences. So why don't we try it out here on this next one?
Let's throw some at me here. I may not have seen them all.
All right, so
I'll do my best.
Here we have Haunting Nights, who did
a amazing broadcast about a monastery, ancient monastery in the northern woods of Ireland. That is okay. You got me. No idea.
So this is just a graveyard and a cemetery, so to speak. And Haunting Nights does a lot of great broadcasts where he goes out and researches and walks about haunted areas that have been reported to be haunted. So if you're into that and getting
So
information about that
knights
type
were
of
not
stuff.
related to knights in armor in this case. It was
Yes, no
using
knights in
knights.
armor, if there's
Gotcha.
any confusion
Gotcha.
there.
Totally
Yeah.
threw me because it was in the daytime. Just saying. But
Oh, that's what you thought this was.
yeah, yeah. Anyway. Disregard what I said. But let's try another one. I got this. I swear.
Alrighty, alrighty. Next one. This should be easy. So in this situation, we have Carrie and Beta who did a broadcast about.
Carrie and Beta being awesome, as they do on every broadcast they are on, which is filled with amazing lighting effects and glorious amounts of humor and talent. That does it. Full stop.
They were both singing. That's
Yeah. I actually tuned into this one and the Knights one, and I still can't describe them. So I think I need to prep some notes next time.
Yeah. Pen and paper, please.
Pen and paper. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, personally, I had no idea that Veda was also a talented singer, and she showcased that. I'm sure she's done it before, but I finally got to tune in. So shout out to you, Veda, for sharing that, and also Carrie for being a wonderful guest and joining this broadcast. So thank you all for tuning into this stuff. Hey, Bartek, good to see you. Which I think we have to give you your Happs team.
Yeah,
indicator.
Bartek, you're on the Happs team. Bartek is one of our newest additions to Happs in the design camp. So Bartek, welcome. We'll have to have you up here at some point and take a bow and say hi to the community. But we better get you a Happs team logo for now.
Yeah, awesome. Alrighty, so next up we have another new broadcaster, and this is LostTV, who hosted.
Ooh, I saw this one.
Amazing artist. So, all right, go ahead, take it away.
So this was one of the coolest uses of this studio that I've seen. People screen sharing some amazing stuff they've been working on and explaining it in dialogue. Yeah, speaking of talent on screen here, just really cool. You can see it for yourselves, folks. Yeah, I was blown away and tuned in several times. This was a long broadcast, lasted for what, a couple hours at least, but really fun to see people showing their work in process. Reminds me as well of C.S. Murphy was an earlier one here on this week's broadcast of the week. But yeah, major shout out to all of the users here. And I saw a few of these talented artists go off and broadcast themselves too. So love to see the collaborations. Yeah, those are always fun.
Yeah, shout out to them and shout out to LostTV for this awesome unification of different artists that were able to showcase their work. Next up, we have Sarah, who does flight simulation, and Sarah is actually visually impaired, so you get to hear a lot of what helps her identify what's going on and complete her flights appropriately. So definitely recommend checking out Sarah. And this, I think, I'm not sure if it was this one, but there was another one where she flew a really long flight and does a really great job of explaining why certain altitudes are being used. So I strongly recommend checking out Sarah's broadcast if you have ever been interested in aviation or flight simulators.
Yeah, super fun. And I think some of her titles are also the most on point of all. Flying Blind, I think, is the name of the series.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, but really great to have you here in our community. And we appreciate you. We're excited to see you here and, sharing with us some of this really fun technology.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of technology and advanced technology, SpaceGal was at a news briefing for NASA where they were going over the launching countdown for the next SpaceX rocket. So SpaceGal has been really excited about the 99 characters because she now can describe more of what she's broadcasting with that, and we're really excited that she was able to do so because that gave us an indicator as to what was going on here. But this was essentially a briefing for the rocket launch Dragon, I think is what it's called, from SpaceX. So really great broadcast and just great coverage of space. So I strongly recommend checking out SpaceGal, who gets a lot of great coverage. She has inside access to NASA, so strongly advise.
Totally. Yeah.
I
Well
got thrown
said.
off. Joe said I'm smooth, and now I'm just like.
Any compliments totally frazzle us, guys. So
Yeah.
let's see here. Love all the creative ways in which people are using Happs these days, says Mark. I know. We're impressed continuously. And we encourage you to nominate Broadcast of the Week really starting as soon as this show ends. So feel free to give us some leads here. Many of these are submitted by the viewers, and we hope you'll continue to send us some hot leads here.
And a few of these are submitted by our team themselves. So we have in Slack. I think Mark actually pointed out Deanna's broadcast this week. So shout out to you, Mark, for participating in Broadcast of the Week here. And with that, we're coming up to our last broadcast. And as you all know, it wouldn't be a Happs Broadcast of the Week without a sunset or sunrise. And so we're going over to Walt.
Obviously.
That gave us this stunning view at the top of a hill. So just take it all in, everyone.
Right. Check out that sunset. Pablo, this almost looks like an ASMR video of poppy fields. And
don't get me started. I will upload it.
Yep. It could be time, folks, for another one of Pablo's amazing, shot and edited poppy scenes from Southern California.
Yeah, I have to go and check out if there was any blooms at all this year, but this video that you're about to watch, and I think it's fine to share again because we haven't seen it in some time, and I know there's some new users. But I did see a comment in regards to, Ronald, any feature to be built in to nominate in the app? That's an interesting suggestion and question that we'll reach out to the tech team and ask. But right now, the way to do so is to just send us an email. You can send that either to contact@happs.tv, or you can also send that to my email, which is p.delahoya@happs.tv.
Yep, and I'll leave mine here as well in the comments. Eric, I will respond to your email, I promise. Thank you for being patient. I appreciate you. Let's see here. What else do we have? I guess we're at the point in the broadcast where we will allow people to give some shout outs and love to folks who maybe didn't make it into this batch of Broadcast of the Week for whatever reason, but deserve some love. So please share some links in the comments to broadcasts or broadcasters that you saw do some amazing work this week. We'll allow a couple minutes for shout outs.
Carlinda, no, we are still going to be broadcasting. I don't know if we gave off the vibe that we weren't going to do this anymore, but we will be back.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, we will be back next Monday with our community updates and Q&A, and we will go back to our regularly scheduled programming. So just to recap what that is for anyone that may be new, on Monday. Oh, Michelle, do you want a recap of all of the broadcasts of the week?
The recap is called the replay.
Yeah, you're going to have to catch the replay on that one. Sorry. Shout out Native Graffiti also for having a great broadcast this week. Didn't make it on the list, but really enjoyed seeing you teach the users how to draw realistic eyes, which is really cool to watch. So thank you for that. And someone saying poppies. It's coming. It's uploading. Don't worry. But before we go there, Monday, today's Friday. Next Monday, we will have our community updates and Q&A broadcast. On Tuesday, we'll do a tutorial Tuesday again. Let me know in the comments if there's any specific topic that you'd like to be covered on that Tuesday. As a reminder, this last week, we did moderation and multicasting, but if there's any specific topics that you all would like for us to cover, let me know in the comments.
Pablo, I'd like to see a tutorial from you on how to draw realistic eyes and see really how much you learned from Michelle. Just saying.
I'm game, but I won't do it on Tutorial Tuesday. How about I do it on, maybe I'll do a Tuesday night broadcast and have Michelle join me so she can critique my drawing capabilities.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Wait, Pablo does drawing? I'm not sure, actually. I just put him on the spot, as usual, as is my job. Should be my job.
That makes sense. Jane, I see your comment about CPU effects and hardware. I don't know if that's a question or if that's something that you want me to cover as a topic for Tutorial Tuesday. Happy to follow up if you can provide more info there. But with that being said, Wednesdays we do roundtables. We're currently in discussions of figuring out a maybe new layout for that show. Topic, please. Okay, great. I'll look into it and see with the team if that's something that we can do. Maybe I'll bring someone else on that has better info on that. But yeah, so we're potentially changing the ideas of our Wednesday show. So if anyone has any suggestions or something that they'd like to see for where we normally do our roundtables, please let us know. I think we're kind of at the point where roundtables are running out of steam here. So happy to change it up a little bit.
We're thinking of something fresh on Wednesday. We're brainstorming. We'll let you know what we decide to do with that Wednesday time slot. But yeah,
who knows? Maybe RTMP is out by then, and you'll be flying a drone, and I'll be running around with a GoPro.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, would be cool to do something experiential. Yeah, I love that idea, actually. Anyway, Definitely. Send us your ideas if you have any tips or suggestions. And let's see, did we see any other tips? Oh, I saw one for, let's see, Claire Means, who did an amazing broadcast this past week.
Yeah, they were fundraising. Let me get the info.
Right, raising money for another user, another broadcaster who had a medical condition, I believe. And I don't think that was submitted as a broadcast of the week. So please tell us next time. I tuned in briefly for part of it. But yes, Verlaine, thank you for reminding us. Yeah, that is correct. Didn't want to misspeak.
And shout out for, I definitely a great broadcast, both, to Claire, who did multiple broadcasts to bring awareness to this, but also on the latest one where Jane, who's in the broadcast now, joined in and was live drawing Claire Means as she was singing. Yeah. So it was really cool.
So many guests on. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, major shout out. Thanks for sharing that. Any others that we missed? Yes, for multiple sclerosis. Thank you. Bro. Appreciate that. Yes, our best wishes for Lane.
Ooh, Tim David is having a... Oh, so sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off as you were saying that.
All good. All good. No, go for it.
But I think... So, yeah, normally we do Happs passes for something that's live right now, but I think we have to do a Happs pass to Tim David live, who tomorrow will be having a guest, Olympic champion. Do we have a name? Do we have that scheduled? Can we say that, Tim, or are you teasing us with what's going to happen?
Drop some more intel in the comments here, Tim.
Yeah, give us the time so that we can. Oh, in 3 hours. Oh, that's not tomorrow. That's in 3 hours. That's
okay.
Right now.
Great, amazing.
We'll see you tonight then.
We will be sure to tune in. Yeah, everyone, be sure to check that out. Amazing, amazing. Well done. And yeah, just final reminder, invite your friends, bring them in. If you are having a great experience with the app, be sure to leave a review or update your review in the App Store or Google Play Store. Be sure to share your invite link. We still do have the April invite challenge going, so feel free to use your personal invite link that you could find on your profile and spread the word.
Yes, definitely. And don't forget that the April invite challenge, the leaderboard, is still up and running. So if you missed your opportunity of Happs swag, you're not out of it yet. You can still get a hoodie or t-shirt from April leaderboard. And I strongly recommend it because...
Are you going to show off some swag again?
They're shipping soon. I got the boxes.
The boxes.
They're shipping soon. So for those of you that did win or did get any sort of merch for March, keep a lookout because you might be getting something in the mail soon.
Yep. Check your mailboxes next week, guys.
Nice. Gemma says Pablo just loves to show Peter what he hasn't got yet. I actually don't have. I don't have the mug on my table. Nice. I don't have the swag on. This is just another shirt that says always be kind. So yeah, not happening today. I wanted to be nice on Friday so that he has a good weekend.
Right.
But with that,
hey Randy, good to see you here.
Can I just come pick mine up? Sure, Lisa. Save us some shipping.
Yeah, and just drive mine over to me in Colorado too, Lisa, if you're cool with that.
Right. While we're at it, we'll road trip to Peter.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, have a great weekend, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And be sure to send in your nominations as soon as this broadcast ends. They're eligible. So send us an email. I will leave mine right here. Awesome. Hey, Lisa's into road trips. All right. Come on out.
Awesome. And with that, we'll leave you, instead of a countdown, with some poppies. Enjoy.
Nice. It was time. This is Pablo. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Stop.
Cheerio. 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 Is everyone ready for nap time? I'm enhancing the Zen, bro. Okay, sorry.